You are listening to WMHW HD1 and HD2 Mount Pleasant Mountain 91.5, a service of Central Michigan University's School of Broadcast and Cinematic Arts. Hello, folks, and welcome to episode 6 of Card Guys. We're back. We're a show about sports and sports cards here on 91.5 The Mountain, wherever you get your podcasts, and YouTube. I'm your host, as always, Anthony Schulte, joined today by my co-host, Ryan Donnelly, and now it seems to be almost a permanent member of the Card Guys show, Doug Mobley. Guys, it's been a while. How has the time off been?
Relaxing, you know?
Relaxing.
The Lions are 5-1. The Red Wings are off to a great start.
Oh, yeah.
Looks great.
Awesome.
Everything in Detroit sports is looking up. Hope your Wednesday's going well, but, you know, had some time to relax. Saw some friends. Shout out Lucas, Alicia, Mitch, Ava, Callan, and Shaylee.
Wow, you saw a lot of people.
I saw a lot of people over the break, but it was good to see everybody. It was great. Fraser swim team beat Marysville over the weekend.
There we go.
That was great. So, let's get on with the show. I'm excited.
So we are going to go over some NFL. We'll start off with NFL like we always do. Week 6 was a fun week in the NFL. Of course, we started with Thursday Night Football. And, of course, not a close game. The Chiefs got me 16 points in fantasy. Got me 16 points. I'll take it. Chiefs win 19-8. I mean, no surprise there. The Chiefs, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift era is going smooth sailing, of course. I'm getting nasty looks from my co-hosts here. I had to do it. The Ravens, they beat the Titans 24-16. I picked the Ravens, of course.
Yep.
I picked the Ravens as well.
So that was, I mean, the London game, I think, what is that? The last London game, now we're in Germany.
I think so, yeah.
Derrick Henry did me good in fantasy, 19 points. Thank you, Derrick Henry, if you're listening. You're not listening, but the Ravens, they took that one home. Ravens got the Lions next week, but we'll get to the Lions momentarily.
Shout out Lamar Jackson. He got me 22 points in fantasy.
Now the
Shout out Justin Tucker. He got me 19.
There it is.
I played Doug in fantasy
I
this
thought he was
weekend.
at over 20. Did he miss a field goal or something?
He missed his extra point, which would have had him at 20.
Dang.
Thank God he missed one.
You still lost.
Nah, I lost.
The Commanders, they beat the Falcons. Of course, I picked the Falcons.
Yep.
Surprising. The
I
Commanders,
picked the
a nice
Falcons.
little bounce-back win
Yeah, Curtis
after getting
Samuel
mauled
did
by the
really
Bears.
well. Logan Thomas did nothing, or Lane Thomas, did nothing for me. But Curtis Samuel on my bench got a nice, crispy 14 points.
Nice.
So.
I didn't watch this game, or I didn't pay attention to this game, but it's very shocking. I did pick the Falcons to win, though.
I picked the Falcons as well. Sad loss right there. Bengals and Seahawks. The Bengals take that one home in a very low-scoring affair, 17-13. Usually you'd expect these two offenses to score a little bit more, especially against each other. These two defenses not necessarily the best in the NFL. The Bengals are decent. The Seahawks are decent defenses, but they're not top 5 in my opinion.
I did pick the Bengals. Once again, like I said last week, that the Bengals are on their bounce back. So once they get this momentum going, they're going to be great. And it's looking up for the Bengals, I'd say.
Now, here's one I personally didn't expect. I was watching this on the car ride home from the open practice, the Pistons open practice. Me and Ryan went to that, as well as my father. Shout out my dad and my brother, who's not listening, so no shout out to you because you don't listen to our show.
Oh.
49ers beat the Browns, or Browns beat the 49ers. What's wrong with me? I looked at the 49ers first.
Yeah,
Browns beat the 49ers.
We wanted the 49ers to win.
Yes, we wanted the 49ers to win, but Browns beat the 49ers. I had the 49ers as well as 97% of America. The Browns are legit. I want to say it right here, right now. The Browns are legit. They've got a great defense. I can't believe as a Lions fan, I am saying that Jim Schwartz deserves kudos. Never thought those words would come out of my mouth. Here we are. He's leading one of the best defenses in the NFL. I think it's a top 5 defense, easily. They're one of the best units in the NFL, and they showed it holding the 49ers to 17 points. And Brock Purdy, I mean, he made his stats a little bit better in that fourth quarter on that drive where Jake Moody should have won it for the 49ers. But, I mean, holding Brock Purdy, one of the best quarterbacks this season so far, down to, 120 yards?
Something like that.
Low completion percentage, touchdown, interception, I'm pretty sure.
You do have to factor in the injuries, though. You're out Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey, who together combined for at least 30 fantasy points every week.
They were a little banged up, but still, they should have won that game with Moody.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to bring up, while we're on the topic of the 49ers, C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Yeah.
This guy won't stop talking and chirping because the NFC Championship game between the Niners and the Lions is going to be fireworks when we put CJ on Debo after CJ's comments calling Debo Samuel a running back again.
Is he wrong?
No, but I mean, I like it. I like that there's a little it's a little heated up over there. It could be playoff implications.
Yeah.
It could be a little rivalry in the playoffs.
I'd love it, to be honest.
That would be such a fun and awesome NFC Championship. C.J. Gardner-Johnson will probably be back for the playoffs, which I hope he does. And if we play the if we play the Niners, then it's going to be an electric game, especially if it's at Ford Field, playoffs.
I mean,
oh my gosh!
Even if it's at Levi Stadium, it's going to be 50% Lions fans. You see the Bucs game yesterday?
Lions fans travel well.
The thing is with Lions fans is they're all in Michigan. They all lived in Michigan, grew up in Michigan. They're all in Michigan for the summer. And then for the fall and the winter, they're in everywhere except for Michigan.
Well,
because Michigan weather is not the best. So especially California and Florida, there are a lot of Lions fans that have winter homes. Well, for there, it would be, winter homes. Mm-hmm. They have winter homes in Florida, in California, or they have a job out in Florida and California, and they're like, hey, let's go to the game. It's only a couple hours away. I never get to see my team play in person. We've always, even when we were not good, we've traveled well. But now that we're good, we're kind of coming out of the bushes, and we're like, hey, our team's good. Let me go support them. Let me go spend money on a ticket.
It's a sea of blue, especially in Tampa this past Sunday.
Like half the stadium.
Well, I mean, we've seen it the whole year. Whenever we're on the road, towards the fourth quarter, when we're a surefire win, I mean, everybody comes down from the nosebleeds, and it's just a sea of blue on the 100 level when all the opposing fans go away. Mm-hmm. Saw it in Kansas City, saw it in Green Bay, we saw it in Tampa Bay. All three of those teams, by the way, have 2 words for their city. I just realized that. Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Kansas City.
Baltimore doesn't, though.
Which is what scares me.
Yeah.
If we're talking superstitious here. But maybe the 49ers and Lions can turn into a rivalry. I'd like to see it.
I love that.
I'd like to see it, especially
Niners-Lions are going to be the new Niners-Cowboys, like back in the 80s. That's what we hope.
That would be amazing. And hopefully the Lions can sustain their ability and their roster in a way to the point in which we're contenders for the next couple of years.
I think they definitely can.
I think they can, but the one thing, and I was talking about this with my grandfather over the weekend, the Lions have a good schedule this year, an easy schedule this year, but say we reach that 12-13 win plateau, it's going to end up looking like the Eagles this year, where you've got the Dolphins, the Chiefs again, the Bills. You're going to have the Eagles if you're the Lions. You're going to have those marquee teams in prime time because that's just how the NFL markets. Mm-hmm. When you have that 12 or 13 win plateau on your record, they're going to schedule you against better teams. We were 9-8 last year, so they're giving us a little cupcake run. I'm saying this: if the Lions are going to make an easy run to the Super Bowl, it's this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's this year,
definitely,
because you've got the schedule to accommodate home playoff games. You've got the schedule to be able to build up that momentum and those wins to take into the playoffs. And I could see a team like the 49ers, a team like the Eagles, going down in the divisional round or the wild card round if they're in the wild card round. I could see them getting upset or losing, which makes it. And I can see the Lions beating both teams. The Lions have the ability. I mean, look at them. They beat the Chiefs handedly. Honestly,
at Arrowhead too.
At Arrowhead. I mean, it's. The game was close. The Chiefs definitely could have and probably should have won if it wasn't for their wide receivers having bricks for hands.
They still haven't gotten it together, though.
No.
They really, I mean, they've been winning games, but it hasn't been convincing.
Yeah, it's the struggle of like
Taylor Swift
losing.
Effect.
It's like the struggle with only having like one good wide receiver, one guy that can catch the ball.
Which is your tight end.
But then again, you lose Eric Bieniemy, who has been carrying your offense for years, and then he goes to Washington, and then he makes their offense really good, minus like Howell. But still, you lose your OC. This team needs time to get used
I think they just need wider. They haven't been able to fill wide
Also,
receiver since Tyreek Hill.
No, they haven't. They have what? Kadarius Toney and Scantling?
Marquez Valdez-Scantling and
yeah.
they have that rookie. What's his name?
Sky Moore?
No, they have Sky Moore, but there's the rookie.
Rashee Rice?
Yes, Rice. I mean, he might be a good little piece, but they need. I can't believe I'm saying this. Like, remember Juju last year? At least they had Juju last year.
Now he's rotting away in New England.
He is, but I mean, they need to bring in a wide receiver.
Yeah, they really do.
And not a slot wide receiver.
An actual deep threat.
And a deep threat that could play on the outside edge. Not someone that plays next to Kelsey and your outside edge and your deep threat still isn't there. Give Patrick Mahomes a deep threat with speed.
And that's
He's going to look like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I really think that Justin Jefferson will go on the same path as Randy Moss, like play for the Vikings, and then go to a powerhouse. And I think Justin Jefferson might get traded to the Chiefs.
I think. Wait, when does he become a free agent?
Next year, I think. Let me double check.
Because I could see him going there in free agency.
I can totally see him go to the Chiefs. I won't be surprised if he does.
Because when the Chiefs have wide receivers, Patrick Mahomes looks like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has looked worse than Jared Goff this year. Let's be honest. I think only one quarterback's played hand in hand better than Jared Goff, and that's Tua.
Yeah.
I think that's the only quarterback that's played better than Jared Goff. Jared Goff is on an MVP level right now. That might be a little controversial to say.
Okay.
But Jared Goff's on an MVP level right now.
Jettas is an unrestricted free agent in the 2020 or after the 2024 season, going into 2025.
So
he will get traded because
Well, I mean, the Vikings have to blow it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Hawkinson gets traded. I think Justin Jefferson gets traded. I think Kirk Cousins gets traded.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Kirk
think
is on
Cousins. If Cousins gets traded, it's gonna be the next couple weeks to the Jets. I think.
Yes.
To get them through, because the Jets with Kirk Cousins are going to win 10 or 11 games.
Yeah. No, just the Vikings. The only thing that they need to keep right now is Jordan Addison.
Yeah.
Maybe Alexander Madison, but
Addison
I doubt
and
it.
Madison.
What about Harrison Smith?
The Addisons?
I mean, those two are like really. They're the key pieces to their offense right now. Other than
They don't really have a
tradable
lot on
guys.
defense.
No, their defense sucks.
Well, besides Smith. Smith is fine.
yeah.
They have Harrison Smith and they have oh my goodness, what's his name? Daniel Hunter.
Yeah.
They have those two pieces, but I could see those two getting traded. I could see Cousins. I could see Hawkinson and Jefferson all get traded within the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
One of or all of them. And they just blow it up and try and get one of the quarterbacks in the draft, which this is a very quarterback-heavy draft now that the season's really played out. I think Shadir Sanders leaves for the draft. That's my hot take.
Yeah,
I think
I'd
he
see
leaves
it.
for that. I think he should stay at Colorado, but nonetheless, I think he's going to go to the draft.
Who knows? They could end up with partial owner Caleb Williams as their quarterback.
Oh, I heard about that. He wants to be a partial owner of whatever team he goes to. Yeah. He just lost. A lot of teams just lost interest.
That's ridiculous.
I think, especially, like, you haven't proved yourself in the league.
No.
You haven't even made it to
the
the league.
only player in sports right now that is still active that could say, I want to own the team I'm on is LeBron. I think that's the only player in sports.
Yeah.
LeBron, Messi.
Maybe Connor McDavid. Maybe Messi.
Well, Messi is like part in.
Isn't he part owner of Inter Miami?
No, he's not in the ownership deals. At least I think he's in the TV and sponsorship deals. He gets like 10% of all TV earnings and streaming earnings.
Okay,
so close enough.
Close enough. I think Connor
McDavid
could have the gravitational pull to be like, just give me a little bit of ownership, I'll go to your team. I'm pretty sure some team will Shohei.
Yeah.
I think Shohei, McDavid, LeBron are the only players in the four major sports.
Mike Trout.
No, I don't think Mike Trout. I think Mike Trout's like the Steph Curry of the MLB.
Yeah, that's a really good comparison.
I think because all the fans love him. He's an electric player at something that was niche when he came in, which was hitting 40, 45 home runs. Ever since Sammy Sosa and McGuire, you didn't really see that until, I mean, of course, Miguel. But
you could say Conor McGregor, too, or some guy like that over in the UFC
yeah,
world.
but would he own a team? Aren't they like their own team, each
Yeah,
fighter?
but he could just take a piece of the UFC.
True, but would Dana White allow that?
Probably.
It's Dana White.
Yeah, but it's Conor McGregor.
Fair enough. All right, back on the track of NFL. We still got to get through these games. I'll run through these games real quick. We'll make our picks, and then we'll talk some Lions, and then we're going to throw in some Red Wings. We're going to spice it up a little bit. But Miami beats Carolina after a little first-half scare. Miami comes back and puts it on them 42-21. The Jaguars take care of the Colts 37-20 despite a Trevor Lawrence knee injury.
And an Anthony Richardson end-of-year surgery.
Yep, Anthony Richardson is out for the rest of the year with season-ending shoulder surgery.
He's going to come back better next year.
He is.
He's going to be electric for this.
He's going to be a very good player. I wouldn't be worried if I was a Colts fan. The Vikings beat the Bears 19-13, a battle of the bottom of the NFC North. The Saints lost to the Texans 20-13.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was my Ryan Donnelly upset of the week.
Would you consider that an upset, though?
Well, it was still my upset of the week.
Okay.
Yeah,
but I still got my upset.
A garbage can upset a garbage can. I'm proud of you, Ryan.
There you go, Ryan. It was a 50-50 ball, in my opinion. The Raiders beat the Patriots 21-17.
Not surprised.
The Lions take care of Tampa Bay. We talked about this. 20-6. Lions fans showing out in droves over at Raymond James. The Rams take care of the Cardinals 26-9. Cooper Kupp is back. And then, ladies and gentlemen.
Puka's hurt.
Puka is hurt. Ladies and gentlemen, me and 4% of America, the Anthony Schulte upset of the week. The New York Jets, 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 beat the Eagles. How about it?
Turnovers kill them. Turnovers.
Jalen Hurts is not living up to Jalen Hurts.
He's still that guy. He's
still that guy. But in games,
he had a rough game.
In games that he should be winning, he's putting up poor numbers.
I was watching that game. Towards the end, they threw it on bonus coverage after the Lions, and I was about to go to Texas Roadhouse, and we were like, no, we're gonna watch the end of this game, and then we'll go. Right? The Jets, it was going back. I was like, oh, the Jets could pull it off. When Jalen Hurts threw that pick, I did my happy dance. I was like, my dad, he listens. I was like, my upset of the week. We were all cheering. It was great. The Jets, 20-14 over the Eagles. A little late game spurt off of a turnover.
Breece Hall had the easiest game-winning touchdown I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that was good work by their offensive line.
That was great.
But also, the Eagles were missing a couple key defensive players. The Bills shocked the world and almost lost to the Jets, or the Giants, the other New York team. Why did both
also suck? They're also bad.
Oh, the Bills are not as good as they're supposed to be.
I was talking about the Giants.
Well, I think the Bills aren't as good as they're supposed to be.
They should be 5-1.
The Bills should be 3-3. They should have lost to the Giants.
Yeah,
that was a holding penalty at the end of that game. That should have been an untimed down, and they should have ran it with Saquon and won that game. The Giants, but the league wanted the Bills to win, so okay, the Bills win. Whatever.
Fire Dable.
And then the Cowboys beat the Chargers. I picked the Cowboys.
I picked the Chargers.
Go boys.
I picked the Chargers as well. Not good.
A little disappointed in that game.
A little disappointed, but
as a semi-Cowboys fan, I'm not happy. But oh well.
Why are you not happy? They won.
Oh yeah, they won. Never mind.
As an absolute disgrace to humanity, as a Cowboys fan, I'm not happy with you.
I love my Lions more than I love the Cowboys, but
if you love the Lions, you shouldn't like the Cowboys at all.
Oh well, sorry. My parents grew up as a Cowboys fan.
Okay, and my parents grew up as Steelers fans.
Well, that stinks, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Week 7 of the NFL. A lot of bye weeks this week, so not a lot of games. So we'll run through this. Jacksonville, New Orleans. I'm picking Jacksonville. Thursday night football.
Jags.
We're all going Jacksonville, and then we have the Raiders. I forgot to do it earlier. I had to do it against the Bears.
Yeah, give me the Raiders.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness!
This might be stupid.
It is stupid.
Oh, it is stupid.
I'm actually going to go with the Raiders.
Okay.
There we go.
Gotcha. I fooled you guys.
There's no way. The Ryan Donnelly upset of the week is the Bears.
No, there's no way.
All right,
sorry.
Colts, Browns. I'm going Browns.
I'm going Browns.
I think that defense is too potent. The Colts have Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, without Richardson.
Bills, Patriots. I'm going Bills.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just kidding.
Bills. I was about to say I was going to kick you off the show, and it's not even my show.
You're not even. I'm just kidding.
You'd be with 2% of America.
Yeah.
The Commanders and the Giants. I'm going Commanders.
Give me the Commanders.
Falcons, Buccaneers.
I'm gonna go Bucks.
I'm gonna say Bucks.
Bucks have a bounce back week.
I
Baker
could see
does
the
well.
Falcons winning though.
Yeah. Baker's gonna have a bounce back week.
Yeah, he is.
He played like poop the other week or against the Lions, so I think he's gonna have a bounce back week with this subpar defense.
Speaking of the Lions, Ravens. I'm going Lions.
Give me the Lions.
Give me the Lions.
The best team in the league.
According
Rams,
to
Steelers. The Rams are favored in this game.
Matt Canada.
Give me the Rams. Cooper Kupp
I'm
is
going
back.
Rams.
I mean, you lose Puka, which stinks, but you
Yeah,
still
but
got
you still
Tutu
have-
and Cooper.
You
but
still
you're
have
fine.
Tutu and Cooper and Kyron Williams at back.
Yeah. I'm going to
Next,
say and Van Jefferson, but he got traded. I forgot about that.
Ben Jefferson got traded.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they
the Falcons.
can't forget.
Oh boy,
You can't forget the Rams have Ronnie Rivers, dude.
Ronnie Rivers. Oh boy, Ronnie Rivers. All right,
I
you
have
guys
one
make
of his
your picks
autographs.
for,
I made my picks. I'm going with the Rams.
Rams all around.
Yeah, give me Rams.
Cardinals, Seahawks.
Seahawks. I hate the Seahawks.
Don't we all? Don't do it.
No.
No.
No. Don't.
James Conner's hurt. They have no chance.
They have nobody.
They don't even have. They don't even have their quarterback.
I'll
back
go
yet.
Seahawks.
There we
Okay.
go.
The Seahawks.
They don't have like both
All right.
of their quarterbacks.
Packers, Broncos.
I'm going Pack.
Packers. You.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
Ladies and gentlemen. I was waiting to see if any of y'all two were going in. I had a backup. But the Anthony Schulte upset of the week.
That's fair. Yeah.
Denver Broncos country.
That's right.
Let's
That's
ride.
a ride.
All right, Russ. I'm putting my eggs in your basket. Jerry Judy's gonna have a big bounce back game from last week. They're gonna be mad. They're gonna be upset. The Packers weren't they on a bye week last week? The Packers.
They played. No.
Yeah, they were on a
Yeah,
bye.
they
They
were.
were because they're 2-3. The Packers are gonna be a little bit rusty out the bye week. I think Jordan Love's not really gonna put it together.
I hope he
And
does.
I hope he doesn't. Go Broncos.
I hope he does
Chiefs,
for my fantasy team.
Chiefs, Chargers.
Ladies
I knew it.
and
I knew it.
gentlemen,
This
the
was my
Ryan
backup.
Donnelly upset of the week. I'm going with the L.A. Chargers.
To be fair, this was my backup.
Yeah.
I want the Chargers to win, but they won't.
They won't.
I
They
want
win.
the Chargers to win.
I
I'm
want
picking
the
the
Chargers to
Chargers.
win,
I'm
which is
picking the
why it
Chiefs.
was my
Herbert's
backup
gonna have a
option.
bounce back week. You mean Mike Williams? You lose him. It's tough, but Keenan Allen, he's great. Give me the Chargers.
Same
It's-
rookie
it's
class
fair.
as Travis Kelce, actually.
It's fair to pick the Chargers. I was really debating between Broncos and Chargers, but I really don't like the Packers, so I'd rather root against the Packers. All right, this is the game of the week.
Oh boy.
Game of the week: Dolphins, Eagles. It's the game of the week. Give me the Dolphins. I'm going Fins. Tyreek is something else. Mostert's been playing out of his mind. Tua's been the best quarterback in the league. I think the MVP frontrunner, in my opinion. The Eagles looked a little hampered. They looked a little out of it. I think
A little banged up, too.
a little banged up, and I think just coming off that loss, it's either going to be the Eagles come back and they're upset, and they go in and they take care of business, or it's going to start a little bit of a rough spell for the Eagles. And I think it's either one way or the other.
Yeah.
And I'm going the other. Go Dolphins. Go Fins. I'm going Miami Dolphins.
Yeah. I want the Eagles to win, but give me the Dolphins.
As much as I want the Eagles to win, give me the Dolphins. They're gonna destroy them.
And then on Monday Night Football, the 49ers and Vikings. Give me the 49ers.
Is that even a question?
Well, who knows? The Vikings
Upset?
are.
No, I'm kidding.
The Vikings still have pieces. They still have Hawk and Kirk. They can. If the 49ers play the way they played last week,
They won't win.
they won't win. But I think they're going to come back. They're going to bounce back off that. They're a mature team. They've been here before. It was just a little rough spell. Every NFL team loses a game to a team they shouldn't. That's why the NFL is so beautiful, because any team can win any week. Look at the Bears.
The Bears.
Look at the Bears. And then I think, how many points do I think?
I'm going 33.
I'm going to go
28.
35.
28.
35 nothing? I don't know. All right, I've submitted my picks.
I have also submitted my picks.
And there it is. The NFL Week 7 picks have been made, and we move on to the Detroit Lions. Lions keep rolling. Are they
Never
rolling
stop.
or what?
Do
The
not
Stephen A.
stop.
Smith. I want to talk about this. Mr. Smith. Mr. Stephen A. Smith. He put the Lions at number 1 on his rankings.
As he
In
should.
the NFL.
They deserve it.
As he
They
should.
deserve it, but do we really think the Lions are the best team in all of the NFL?
No,
Are the
they're number
Lions
2.
the best team?
No.
They're second behind the Dolphins.
I
I
agree
think
with
the
that, yeah.
Chiefs being above them still in the CBS poll is outrageous, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you beat the team, if you beat a team, and you have a better record than that team, and you've been playing better than that team, you should be ranked ahead of them.
Yep, I agree.
I don't
Especially
think that's too
if that team
far-fetched of a concept.
Is the Kansas City Chiefs that just won the Super Bowl.
Right. I don't think the Lions are the best team in the league, and I am one of the biggest Lions fans you'll meet. And I think we are 2 or 3 behind the Dolphins and the 49ers. I think as of right now, after last week, the Lions are better than the 49ers. But I think it's neck and neck. If I could go 1 and then 2A, 2B, it will be Dolphins, Lions, 49ers as that 2A, 2B. I think the Lions and 49ers are very equal. I think the Super Bowl is going to end up being Dolphins and then the winner of the NFC Championship between the 49ers and the Lions.
I agree.
I genuinely think that. 2 years ago, if I told myself I would be, heck, last year, when we were 1-6, if I were to tell you in a year's time, we would be considered one of the best teams in the NFL with one of the best records and tied for the best odds to go to the Super Bowl, I would have laughed in your face and called you crazy. But here we are. I still can't believe it.
Yeah.
The Lions are legit. The Lions are a legit team. Their defense is good and so much improved from last season. That helps with the free agent signings, and the offense is clicking. Jared Goff is one of the my glorious goofball. He is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL this season.
He's top 5.
He's
no
number
doubt.
2 in my MVP rankings. Without Jared Goff, this offense is nothing, in my opinion. I think Jared Goff runs the offense the right way. Ben Johnson, Jared Goff, that is the ultimate combination that makes this offense work. I think David Montgomery is a huge loss. But we did sign from Minnesota, Ibrahim.
Oh, yeah.
We signed him.
29 career catches, but oh well.
He's a running back.
29 career reception or whatever. Carries.
He's gonna be a good signing. I think we should sign Leonard Fournette, but I'm not the GM. It's gonna be a rough loss of Monty, but I think Gibbs is gonna have to come back now. Hopefully, he doesn't re-aggravate that injury. Gibbs is gonna come back now. Our offensive line's one of the best in the league. We have Josh Reynolds, who is a surprise breakout player as wide receiver 2 next to Amon-Ra.
Craig Reynolds, the best blocker in the NFL.
Jameson Williams, I mean, he still needs to learn how to catch without a human body next to him.
True. But he can catch with a human body next to him really dang well.
He can. And he's speedy and he's athletic, and that's what we need on the outside as our deep threat. Just learn to catch the ball, and he'll be a very good wide receiver in this NFL.
Yep, not to mention we have the best slot receiver in the NFL.
And Laporta. We can't forget about Laporta. And Dan Campbell's leadership. Jack Fox, one of the best punters in the league. I mean, all we need is Michael Badgley back to hit more than 50-yard field goals, and we'll be good. But I think the Lions are legit. I think the Lions have a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
Are the Lions the best team in the NFL? No. Are they a top 3 team in the NFL?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Behind, I think they're the top. I think they're number 3 behind San Fran and Miami. But the Lions are a threat. The Lions are now. Last year we were fighting for a playoff spot. I think this year we are fighting for a first-round bye.
Yeah, we definitely are.
I mean, we're going to win the division.
We're going to win the division. It's not even close. Our division is
we're making history.
Terrible.
Why is every division that Detroit sports are in just absolutely garbage, except for the NBA?
Yeah, thanks for rubbing that one in.
Yep, we have to play the Bucks 4 times a year.
Honestly, there was a report, and I don't want to get off topic from football because I know a lot more people care about football than basketball. But I saw a report, and an anonymous GM said that Milwaukee's going to struggle this year against the top dogs in the East. And they're going to struggle against the Detroits and the Indianas of the world because they have to play them so much, and they're going to underprepare for them. And I agree.
I saw a YouTube video of like the Pistons being an underrated or a black horse to make a play-in because we are.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody's ranking us to be the worst in the league. No. They don't realize Cade Cunningham healthy, Jaden Ivey he's bulked up.
Yeah. He looks good.
He is. Jalen Duren, I saw him on the big board at open practice, and I was like, oh, my goodness, look at them arms.
Yeah.
He's looking good. Boyan is back. Alec Burks is a sharpshooter off the bench. We got Beef Jerky Joe. The open practice, everybody was hitting their shots. Beef Stew is looking good.
And they weren't running elementary school, like, 6th grade plays.
It wasn't a Dwayne Casey practice.
It was a Monty Williams practice.
It was a good practice.
It was so good.
A lot of people didn't like it. I liked it.
I loved it.
They didn't like it because there was no scrimmage.
Yeah.
I got an air freshener that smells amazing as my giveaway. I got this sweet shirt, which I love, and it was on sale. And then I saw good practice. I was happy with that.
Yeah,
Anyways.
Well, I got about the rookies, too.
Well, yeah, of course. Sasser got his car full of popcorn. That was funny.
That was fun.
That was great. That was all Stu's idea, too. I love Stu.
I also spent $39 on a St. Cecilia crew neck that is super soft. Anyways, back to the Lions. Losing Monty sucks, and it really does. But Gibbs returned to practice this week, which is very nice.
Well, we knew when Monty was out with that rib injury that he's been dealing with in Chicago, I think everybody really realized, okay, Gibbs is going to be back. Whether he's healthy or not, Gibbs is going to be back. And Craig Reynolds is going to need to step up, and I think we should sign Leonard Fournette. Why are we not signing Leonard Fournette?
Leonard Fournette not being on an NFL team blows my mind.
The fact that Julio Jones got signed, and we haven't signed Leonard Fournette, what are we doing?
Well,
Brad
then
Holmes,
again,
I love you, but we got signed Leonard Fournette. It seems like Monty is going to deal with injuries all year, especially if he's getting 30 carries a night and he's not getting tackled. He's going to get injuries all year. We need a better backup than Gibbs, and we need a better backup to that backup than Craig Reynolds. I love Craig
Leonard
Reynolds.
Fournette, if he signs with the Lions,
And he has Super Bowl experience.
He will be incredible for the Lions. Probably on that same level as Monty signing with the Lions.
He'll be serviceable enough, and he has that veteran leadership, that Super Bowl experience. I think he'd be a great signing for the Lions.
But then again, the four men that I trust with Detroit sports, Brad Holmes, Troy Weaver, Steve Yzerman, Scott Harris, they know what they're doing. I'm not going to be the guy that's like, hey, sign Leonard Fournette. I trust them, and it's up to them. It's up to Brad Holmes to just get key pieces to keep this team healthy. But
those four men you just named are single-handedly bringing back Detroit sports.
Yes.
Which is one you mentioned, Steve Yzerman, right? The Red Wings.
I love Stevie.
The Red Wings. Let's talk about the Red Wings. We haven't really talked about the Red Wings.
By the way, we got breaking news.
Breaking news.
Before we go into the Red Wings, we're going back to football for 15 seconds, but Panthers safety Jeremy Chin could miss up to 6 weeks, according to Adam Schefter, which is a huge loss for the already garbage Panthers.
I also want to say, I think a very underrated player that's having a way better season than we all expected, Alex Anzalone.
Yes.
Yeah.
44 tackles. That's pretty good.
He has been a stud this year. Anyways, back to Red Wings. I had a really good opportunity for a good segue with the Yzerman, so I had to do it. We're on the Red Wings. What a start.
Yeah.
Minus the game
0-1.
against New Jersey, which we
kind of expected.
I mean, they're a good team, and we only lost by a point or by a goal. The Red Wings have been playing excellent hockey recently. The game on Saturday, the home opener, that place was electric, beating Tampa Bay. The way Alex DeBrincat, the way he started this season, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Great homecoming for DeBrincat. And, I mean, granted, it's the Blue Jackets. A shutout in the NHL is a shutout. 4-0. We were clicking on all cylinders. And what a start. We're in second place in the Atlantic, given it's only 3 games in.
So we're still in second place.
We're tied for second place. 4 points. I'll take it.
Yeah.
The Red Wings could be a fringe playoff team this year. We could have a reality where the Lions are in the Super Bowl, the Pistons make it out of the play-in into the playoffs, and the Red Wings make the Stanley Cup.
And the Tigers make the
And the Tigers play well
the Tigers are in
and
contention
win
for
the
the
Central.
AL Central.
All in the span of now and a year from now.
That
well,
would be nuts.
I'd say 10 months.
You want to know something else that's bonkers? DeBrincat right now has the same amount of points as Connor McDavid.
Wow.
Yeah.
The only person there's the only person that's 2 points above both of them, Leon Draisaitl. Sole first place point leader in the NHL right now.
I think it's crazy that 2 years ago the Lions were in the gutter, the Pistons were absolutely in the gutter, the Red Wings were in the gutter, and the Tigers were in the gutter. Fast forward 2 years, and we're all playoff teams, or potential playoff teams.
Maybe,
you kidding me?
Maybe Chris does know what he's doing.
Who, Illich?
Yeah.
Do not say that ever again.
No.
This is none of this has to do with the man who shall not be named.
Yeah, no, he doesn't know how to run a football.
Chris Illich is like bringing up Voldemort. Because he's cheap and he doesn't know sports and he doesn't know how to run a pizza chain.
Yep. Now we have
He cares more about a cheap pizza than his sports teams.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we have Stevie and the entire Tigers front office, which is fantastic.
I really like our
I
front
love
office on the Tigers.
Scott Harris, who's the GM from the Blackhawks?
The guy that worked with Scott Harris on the Cubs, I forget
Yes.
his name.
I forgot his name, but he's really well, and he got the Cubs to a World Series.
Mm-hmm.
So this Tigers front office is fantastic. The Red Wings front
Jeff
office.
Greenberg is
Jeff
there.
Greenberg.
go.
I love him. I just learned his name. Nice to meet you. But the Red Wings front office, incredible. Pistons front office, good. Incredible.
Yes. Troy Weaver has done more than Scott Harris has done.
Oh, yeah, because Troy Weaver's been here
Except for
three.
Luka Garza.
Hey,
Miss Luka.
Garza
He
put
had
up like
30
30
points.
last
He had
night.
30 points last night, and Sadiq had 21 off the bench. And see, that's the one thing. All right, I'm going into a little side tangent here. We've got time. Why the one problem with the Pistons I have in this front office is that we cannot give roles. We did not want to demote Sadiq Bey to a bench role, a bench scorer role, which is his role on an NBA team, and everybody knew it. So we traded him. The one problem with a long-term rebuild, like the Detroit Pistons are enduring right now, is that nobody has a role. Nobody has a sustained role, and nobody wants to take the demotion. Sadiq would, if Sadiq is coming off the bench and giving you 10 or 11 a night and occasionally getting you 20 plus, that is good from Sadiq. Keep him on your bench. I hope the Wiseman deal works out. I understand from a business perspective trading Sadiq for a former second overall pick in a center that is 7 foot that can shoot the ball and has finesse down low.
Yeah.
But if the Wiseman deal doesn't turn out and Sadiq continues to play the way he's playing on the Hawks in his role, I am forever going to be upset about that because Sadiq was one of my favorite players, and I could have told you from the start, Sadiq's role on an NBA team, I don't care that he scored 51. His role on an NBA team is to come off the bench and get you buckets when you need them.
Yeah.
Some nights, he might not score a lot. Some nights, he might score 30. Doing that as a starter, not good. Doing that off the bench, good. Play him off the bench. But we didn't want to do that. We didn't want to demote him. And that's the problem.
Anyways, back to the Red Wings.
Sorry.
DeBrincat,
Fantastic.
former Farmington Hills native, he just did a segment on Bally Sports. You should go watch that. It should be out soon. But
Wasn't that an interview with Natalie Kerwin?
No. Who did he do it with? Sorry, DeBrincat, 5 points. Gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Love the way DeBrincat's playing.
DeBrincat sat down with Ken Daniels.
Wow.
DeBrincat, I love him.
Larkin's even playing well,
I've
too.
loved Alex DeBrincat since he's been on the Senators. I just got into hockey like a year ago, and I knew DeBrincat because the Senators were like, I don't know, like one of my favorite teams growing up because they made the Eastern Conference Finals.
One guy I want to bring up that I think didn't get enough attention and is going to go underrated this season is Daniel Sprong.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to be really, really, really good for us on that right wing.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be a very good goal scorer. I was talking with some family over the weekend, and they're big Red Wings guys. And he was like, Sprong, watch out for that name. And when we're watching, Sprong scores a goal.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be one of those players where he goes underrated this season, not only for the Red Wings, but in the NHL. And I think he's going to be a very important piece. Sider's doing his job at the blue line.
Sider's been great.
Sider's
Lucas
been doing
Raymond
his job
has
at the
been
blue
great.
line. Raymond's been he scored a goal. Didn't he score on Monday?
I think so, yeah.
Pretty sure he scored on Monday.
Wallman's been playing good.
I love Husso.
Comfer's
Husso's
got 4
fantastic.
points. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much positivity with this Red Wings team. Granted, we're only 3 games in, and one of the games were against one of the worst team in the NHL, in the Blue
but
Jackets.
we also played one of the best teams in the NHL.
We also
and
played Tampa.
Beat them handedly.
Yeah. We
Tampa
also
lost to
almost
Buffalo
beat-
yesterday, which
Wow.
that was shocking.
Well, maybe Tampa's a little bit worse than we expected.
Tampa's like the Chiefs.
That's a good comparison.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we talk a little Red Wings, right? Let's go to the MLB, right? Let's take a little. And Doug's excited for this one now. Doug's excited for this
He's
one
got
now.
a big smile on his face.
The MLB postseason picture right now, we're looking like Philadelphia 2-0 on the
My
Diamondbacks,
pick.
in
My
Texas 2-0 on the Astros. I think it's going to be a Philly Texas, battle in the World Series. The Phils are rolling right now.
40, I think it's 49 home runs in 8 games.
Yep. And you want to know
Bonkers.
a big thing I think about the Phillies and their success?
Kyle Schwarber?
It's the bank.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's the bank.
Yeah,
Right now,
CBP is insane.
I call the NLCS the battle of the banks. It's Chase and Citizens going together. I think the home crowd of Philadelphia, there's one thing about Philadelphians. They love their teams. They love their teams. Maybe a little toxic, but they love their teams.
Just a smidge.
Watching these games and watching Citizens Bank Park absolutely explode at every pitch that is a positive for the Phillies has been amazing. That's been part of their success. When they get up 2-0, 3-0, 4-0 within the first 3 innings, they ride that momentum and they ride their fans all the way through the game.
And that's not going to happen in Arizona.
Right.
The fans aren't like that. The only places you have fans like that, Philadelphia, Detroit. Detroit fans, almost exactly the same. Boston,
yeah.
Sometimes New York.
I was going to say sometimes New York.
But not as much so. Definitely not Tampa.
No.
They had that one dude sitting up in the upper deck in the wild card game. That was funny.
Yeah.
And that's really it. Like
that field, that stadium.
It's beautiful too.
It's a gorgeous stadium. They've done great with that stadium. But it is jumping every single minute, and it is amazing to watch. Philadelphia, and we got to remember, Arizona's a young team. Mm-hmm. They're not supposed to be here. They were the 6th seed.
Not.
They're not supposed to be here. They don't have the experience that Philadelphia does after Philadelphia's coming off that World Series appearance and didn't win. I think they're going to win this year. I'm calling Phils in the World Series this year.
Yeah. I've been said that.
But I think this is going to be really good for the Diamondbacks long term. Yeah. Because you're going to get that experience, you're going to get that big hostile crowd experience in a LCS, and you're going to go into next year and you'll be one of the best teams in the MLB in my opinion because you're going to have that experience. They're very young right now.
Yeah, Corbin Carroll, Gabriel
Moreno's he's an incredible player.
Yeah, he's going to be one of the best catchers in the MLB by next year.
Agreed. And once all these guys get this experience, not only just for themselves to grow as players, but together to grow as a team, I think the Diamondbacks are going to be a team to mess with, or not a team not to mess with in the future. And then, of course, Texas, Houston. I don't think any of us want Houston to win.
No,
they'll bang on some garbage cans, Astros.
No, but you can't forget about Evan Carter over there in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Kid is 21, and he is mashing in the LCS.
Yeah,
he's incredible.
I mean,
is Adolis.
The fact that Texas is up 2-0 and Jordan is still absolutely slugging over there.
Yeah, but he's the only one doing anything. Like we saw last year, we saw Bregman hit the exact same pitch.
Well, Bregman's hit a couple.
Yeah, but
home runs.
we saw Bregman hit that exact same pitch off Chapman last year over the wall, and he flies it out till deep left field this time yesterday.
Right.
It's a slightly different team, and it shows.
So you've got Phillies in Texas. Yeah. I've got Phillies, Texas. Ryan.
Okay.
Oh,
there's this. No.
He's gonna say
it's Phillies. Okay, it's Phillies Texans. I was about to make. Phillies
Texans.
Rangers. That's
CJ Stroud.
That's
CJ Stroud.
Tank Dell's gonna come back from injury and play center field.
But okay, there's this guy I watch on YouTube. His name's the Philly Captain. Look him up on YouTube. He's a big Phillies fan. Like I watched him.
Gave that away?
I watched him during last year. I was a fan when he went to every home game and a couple away games for the Phillies, and he's been to every single postseason game for the Phillies. Looking at the bank, they are rocking.
Yeah.
That Phillies lineup is so deep. You got Schwarber who can hit dongs. You got Harper who is dominating this playoffs, who's doing way better this year than last year.
Shout out Derek for the worst take in sports history.
Yeah.
That
Bryce Harper's overrated? No, he's not overrated.
Yeah, I can show you a couple highlight clips from this past couple days.
Have you
don't forget about Nick Castellanos and Trey Turner.
Trey Turner,
they don't even have Reese Hoskins.
When Castellanos wins World Series MVP because he's going to keep batting the way he's going to bat, I don't want to know what in the world is happening.
He's going to hit 17 home runs in 4 games. probably.
I think they got to bring back what's his name? Tom Brenneman to call the World Series.
Something's got to happen first.
They got to bring Tom Brenneman back for the culture. I mean, he worked at Fox. They could bring him back.
Something's got to happen in the world.
Real Muto's been slugging. Marsh has been great.
Muto's great.
Marsh is great.
They're pitching.
Nola's great.
Name one Philly that hasn't been playing great.
None. All the Phillies.
You can't forget about Bryson Stott.
Yes.
Bryson Stott is a stud, and in the third baseman too.
Although Kluber has been shaky.
That's Kluber.
Kluber's been Kluber, and he's been shaky. He's still getting it done. I got the Phillies winning the World Series because they can slug. They got an improved bullpen. In the AL, Rangers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's not even close. They're tearing the Astros apart as they should. The Astros need to just stop dominating. I thought this would be the year that they would not make it to the CS. I was proven wrong, but the Rangers, they got games 3 and 4 back at Globe Life Field. It's going to be a madhouse in Arlington. Give me the Rangers, Phillies in 6 in the World Series.
I want to say Stott probably has the best walk-up song. I think it would be a better walk-up song for a closer. I was listening to the broadcast. They said yesterday on the broadcast, Stott's walk-up song would be great for a closer.
Mm-hmm. What is his walk-up song?
I'll be A-O-A-O-K. It'll be A-O-A-O-K. Like that song. That's it. Yeah. That would be great for a closer.
True.
Coming for a save. It'll be okay. Yeah. I'll save the game. Unless you're Alex Lang.
True.
Unless you're Alex Lang.
Especially facing Jake Berger. I will say, though.
A Berger bomb grand slam ended his season. Oh, my Lord.
I will say, though, big shout out to Kerry Carpenter. His walk-up song, fantastic.
Yes.
Great song.
Yeah.
A majority of the Tigers' walk-up songs.
They have good
Riley
walk-up songs.
Green has a very underappreciated one.
Miggy's walk-up song never disappoints.
No.
I think I have 3 of his walk-up songs from the past 5 years on one of my playlists.
You want to know whose walk-up songs never disappointed either? Heimer Candelario.
I miss him. I miss the Candy Man. I miss him. We shouldn't have let him go.
Yeah.
Badu had a solid walk-up song last year. I remember I was jamming out. That was one of my favorite songs of all time. It's a banger. He had a couple, and in the beginning, I went to the second game of the year against the White Sox. And he had a really solid walk-up song. And
Torque has a pretty good one, too. Most times, yeah.
He does. Well, Sally, that is all the time we have for today's show. Thank you for tuning in to episode 6 of Card Guys on 91.5 The Mountain, YouTube, and wherever you get wherever you get your podcast. I messed up the close. Dang it. Thanks for coming along. We're back. We're going to be back Mondays and Wednesdays. We took a little break for fall wellness break, but we're back. We're back on our normal schedule. Join us Monday. We're going to discuss NFL Week 7 and our picks. The opening week of Pistons basketball will be upon us. We're going to deep dive into the Pistons, and we're going to have more MLB postseason. For my guys, Ryan Donnelly and Doug Mobley, I'm Anthony Schulte. So long, everybody.
Love you, Mom and Dad. See you Thanksgiving.